Hey everybody, it's Ryan. Welcome back to How Farms Work. It is springtime and that means it is time to get mulching. So what I'm doing today is we're going out to the Klein pasture here out of my place, and we're going to be mulching some of the smaller brush down because I've been driving by it since last fall going, man, why haven't I ever done any mulching in this area? It's like I could really clear this out and make a lot of space. So that's what we're going to do. It's one of the more high priority spots that I want to focus on. It's the last one that's really accessible. The other one that really needs to get done is on the complete opposite side of the farm. There's a hillside that I don't have access to and I can't get to with this without cutting open the fence. And I haven't been brave enough to cut the fence and have to worry about fixing it back up. I know I could just take a gate out there and cover it for the time being, but unless I'm really planning to do a lot of mulching, I don't even want to go over there. So that way it's just kind of a one and done deal. And I would like to put a gate in over there so that I can go through there more easier with the gator and this. But we're going out to the Klein pasture today. There's just a lot of brush out there that I'd like to clear out. And I just kind of hosed down the JCB real quick just to kind of clean out the tracks best I could in a timely manner. I fed the cows, got them taken care of, so I don't have to worry about them until the day after tomorrow. So hopefully I can get a little bit of mulching done out in the pasture. I think this might be the only real opportunity that I get to go mulch out in the pasture. I just wanted to throw the mulcher on and make sure that everything's kosher, because I do have at least one mulching job lined up here that I'd like to get done by the end of the month. And taking it out and making sure that it's good to go before I start hauling it away from the farm is always just a thing that I like to do before I go mulch. So what do you say we head out there? I'm going to take the road out, mostly because it's a more direct route than going and zigzagging through the pasture this way. Where we're going is right on the other side of those trees. Usually I have to drive around them to get out there. Let's change that, shall we? Here is what I like to call a FECON tree, which stands for FAFO. This channel's too family friendly for me to explain what that means, but some people like to call them widow makers. We don't go near trees like this. Like, how is that even still standing? Here's what the area that we're mulching now used to look like. And this area is just across the trail from where we're mulching today. And a lot of this was done with my mower. As you can see that there's a lot of longer trees and places that I didn't get. I did come through and mulch this once and ground up some of the larger trees that were laying down. Some of them are just too hard, so they've been sitting there decomposing. And what I've been doing is I've been going along, and any of the stumps that were cut off 6 to 8 inches above ground level from when they last logged it, I'll run the mulcher over it. And since they're still too hard for me to mulch up with this, what that does is it actually breaks up the top of the tree stump. And by doing that, it's allowing more water to infiltrate down into the tree to restart that decomposing process. And I've been going around and doing that, and I've noticed that after a couple of years, actually since a few of the first ones that I hit 2 years ago, now I'm able to break up. So even if I can't grind them up yet, it's still nice to run the mulcher over them, restart that decomposing, and I can go around here and clean a lot of this up yet. Still, right now I see one tree that's laying down that was cut that I can get with this. And it's just been gradually opening up these clearings. So here's the fence line. We've been saying it for years. That's a problem for next year. This one though, this is more of a now problem. And no, I didn't just cause that. Although I would totally say it was here already if I did do it, but that was not me. This area in particular is a very, very thick area of multiflora rose bushes, or a briar patch, as Grandma and Grandpa used to call them. But you never used to be able to get down here by vehicle, bringing the four-wheeler or the gator down. Now we can. It's been one of my goals ever since I got the mulcher, was that I wanted to clear out this fence line and eventually get it to where there's no new trees coming up in here that we have to keep worrying about falling on the fence, because it's literally every year where a new tree falls on this fence. And I don't know where this one came from. That's usually a sign that it somehow fell on the fence from the other side, but looks like it's been rotting here for a while, and so is the one behind me. And we'll just, when we coming through and fix fences, I already know this is here now, so we'll hop on each side of the fence and lob it off just like we always do. But I want to keep going along this fence line as far as I can to try to clear out as much as possible. There's a few knolls and ditches through here that there's no way I can get down through there with the JCB, but if I can clear out as much as I can, hopefully fixing this fence shouldn't be as much of a nightmare, because as you can tell just looking in front of me, this is the path that we have to follow, and there's non-stop just thorn bushes through the whole thing. We have to walk through that, so hopefully I can get as close to the fence as I possibly can to make a better walking path. But I'd like to clear out all this brush up above as well, and get some green grass growing in here. I mean, this area of pasture is just covered with them invasive plants. They don't do anything, and by cutting this out, I know the cows will keep it down and it'll grow up to nice green grass, like all the other places. A lot of wasted potential here that I'd like to stop wasting. That's going to be a nightmare when that falls. Hopefully though, we get a strong wind from the west or the east and it pushes it to the west. Doesn't look like there's a broken wire there yet though. That's all old wire too. Woven wire underneath it actually. Ow! That tickled. I know depth perception doesn't work like it should on a camera, but there's a giant sinkhole up here on the crest of this hill that I really wasn't aware of. It was right to the edge of this clearing. So this was easily the most productive day that I've ever had when mulching. I didn't get, obviously, everything out here cleaned off like I would like, There's still a lot of time that I could put towards cleaning this off, but I'm gonna have to call it quits for today. They're calling for 4 inches of rain, or snow actually, over the next few days, so I'm gonna take the JCB back and make sure it's inside. But I'm kind of surprised how much space I was able to clear up over here. And this all used to be completely covered with thorn bushes. You couldn't even walk through that. So I'm kind of surprised how well this cleaned up, how smooth the ground is back in there. I cleaned out a lot of acres today. So there's definitely land in here that I've never stepped foot on, and I'm shocked at how well it cleaned up. I know that like with 7 probably good days of running like today, I could probably be done with the Klein pasture as far as mulching goes. It doesn't sound like much, but I haven't probably even devoted 7 days to clearing out the Klein pasture yet in the time that I've had the mulcher, between all the different places that I've gone to clear and the big pasture and whatnot. But I think that given enough time, this is gonna look great when I'm done. So I'm happy with it for now. Like I said, I'm out of time, but hopefully the footage panned out today. I did my best to try to record when I thought I was going to be doing a lot, but it seems like whenever I set the camera up, I end up being productive in a completely different area that the camera's not even looking at. I'm pretty sure this fence line here was laid by God himself in the first 7 days, because that's how old it is. But we're at the complete opposite side of the farm now, and I got a little bit of an extra time to do some mulching because the snow hasn't come yet. So I left the mulcher on last night, woke up, no snow. So I'm gonna break open this fence and I'm gonna start mulching on this hillside that has not been touched since it was logged in 14, I think it was. And even before then, it has never been managed to my knowledge at all. Been completely growing up to brush, and there's trees getting started over there that never used to be there. So we're gonna go in, clear it off, make part of this pasture actually usable. And this is a long fence line. It actually goes from here all the way over and towards where those trees end. It cuts across that hollow. So all of this space over here, I've just never been able to get to. The JCB can't get across the bottom down there. I've tried it, and the way the creek lays, and then it's like a steep hill up, it gets the tracks wet, and then I just can't climb up out of the creek. So I'm gonna cut this open. We're gonna patch this when we come through and fix fences. What I would eventually like to put in here once I get this cleared off is I'd like to put a gateway in here so that I can come over here with the gator and do some spraying on this side if I have to. But this entire fence line, we just can't get to. Travis's philosophy, it's pretty rock solid, is that if the cows can't see it, then they can't cross it. But I like to be able to access the fences so that they're not completely impossible to maintain. I think that's a lot easier that if you can actually have a fence in there, whereas if you need to fix it and you can't get to it, that's almost worse. So I'd like to clear this off so that we can walk up this hillside, and the ground is still pretty dry, so I'm not too worried about getting on this steep hill. But this is going to be the last stint of mulching that I do, probably for the time being, and I'm looking to get this cleared off because this has been the last big heavy hitter that I really want to get done. I don't know how much time I can devote to clearing this off, but we'll see how far I get today. I'm not going to feel too bad about cutting this open. This feels so dirty. I don't know why. here's what this part of the pasture looks like. To be honest, I have never really caught any of my cattle over in this part of the pasture. Probably because I couldn't see them. But anytime I've gone out and checked, I've never seen them hanging out around up here, which now that I'm clearing it out, I probably will see them over here more. And as you can tell, there's nothing growing up underneath. But most of what I've been taking out are trees that are this size or smaller. And I'm just looking to get it cleared out, level it out, start over. I'm gonna call that a wrap for today. Someone asked how many acres I think I've cleared out with this mulcher. On this farm, I think I've probably cleared out about 15 total. Today, I would say I cleaned out 2 to 3, and I'm really happy with how it looks so far. This has been one of the easiest going days that I've had, and the material is at just the right density where the mulcher just completely annihilates it. This pasture looks completely different, and so does the other one. I'm looking forward to getting back out here and continuing to work on these hillsides, because the size of the material, I can just go right up and down the hillsides. I'm hitting logs and stuff from when they had dropped the trees when they had logged it last time, and some of those aren't quite deteriorated enough to where I can mulch them up, but a lot of these tree stumps I have been mulching up, so it's completely changed how it looks. One thing that really sticks in my mind, and it's what I strive for every time I mulch, is there was this time where Dad and I were driving through the Klein pasture last year on the Gator, and Dad was just looking at what I had done at the time as we were driving through. We didn't even go into it. He was just taking the path, and he's sitting there driving, just looking off to his left, and he goes, "Whoa." And I think Travis this time, when he sees this, when we go and check fences, I think he's gonna be doing it this time, because I know I stopped and I was looking around going, whoa, this looks completely different. And I cleared out as much as I could near to the fence line over there. On another day, when I get a little bit more time, I might finagle with some of the trees that are hanging over the fence, but for now I got it up enough to where we can at least walk up to the fence. And I was just down in the bottom, and I just popped out by the creek down there, and I found a spot where I think we'll be able to cross with the UTV and the ATVs now, so that gives us access to up here from the rest of the pasture. That's got me excited too, so I can come up and check on this when I'm doing the rounds. But for now, I'm gonna call it a day. They're saying 4 to 8 inches of snow in the next 24 hours, so I'm gonna go park this in the shed and call her quits. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out all of our other videos. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat, all how farms work. And if this is a video that you enjoyed, be sure to share it with a friend. Anyway, I'll see you next time.